I always knew this city had a pulse, throbbing and relentless, like a dying man's heart. You feel it in the sewers, in the fog that clings to the streets, in the sirens that wail like banshees in the distance. But on the night of October the 3rd, 1937, New York City didn't pulse. It twitched. That was the night I got the call from Lieutenant Griggs. Homicide on Ashwick Street. Come quiet. Come armed. Ashwick was a forgotten corner of the Lower East Side. Tenements stacked like bones, windows either boarded or broken. The kind of street where daylight doesn't linger and nighttime doesn't ask permission to settle in. I took my coat, my hat, and my .38 revolver. When I arrived, 2 uniforms were outside, white as sheets. "It's upstairs," one mumbled. "3rd floor, apartment 3B. I took the steps slow. The air smelled like burnt meat and mildew. Peeling wallpaper hung like dead skin. At the door to 3B, something cold slid down my spine. Not fear, instinct. The room looked like it had been gutted. Blood painted the walls, but in patterns, not splatters. Circular swirls, shapes I didn't recognize. The body was in the middle. Man, maybe 30 years old. No visible wounds, but his face. Twisted. Mouth wide open. Eyes rolled so far back they were nearly gone. Like he'd seen something on the ceiling and screamed himself inside out. Griggs stood in the corner, smoking. No signs of forced entry. Nothing stolen. Neighbors didn't hear a thing. His name is Peter Mallory, clerk at an antique shop downtown. I crouched next to his body. Toxicology? We'll run it, but there's no truck. Nothing in his system, and you need to see this. He handed me a book. Black leather, old, no title. We found it in the oven, hidden beneath the broiler. Pages covered in symbols, Latin, even something that looks like Sumerian. It's creepy. I flipped through it. My fingers itched. Some pages had dried blood. One page was bookmarked with a torn receipt. Miller's and Sons Curiosities, dated September 28th. I headed to Miller and Sons the next morning. The shop was in Midtown, sandwiched between a shuttered tailor and a bakery that smelled like heaven. Inside was dust, dim light, and the sharp scent of varnished wood. Every shelf was a museum of the bizarre. Shrunken heads, taxidermy bats, scrolls under glass. Behind the counter sat an old man with a neck like a vulture. "Miller?" He looked up, squinting. "Senior passed. I'm Frederick, Jr." I showed him the receipt. "You sell this book to Peter Mallory?" His eyes darted. "Yes, he came in last week. Knew exactly what he wanted. Said he needed it for some research. Wouldn't let me wrap it." "What kind of book is it?" Frederick hesitated. Witchcraft, rituals from a village in Eastern Europe. Transylvania or Moldova, something like that, I think. supposedly written by a mad priest. They say the ink is mixed with ash from human bones. Is that supposed to scare me? Oh, well, I mean, it should. That book brings death. I didn't believe in curses. I believed in bad people, bad luck, and even worse timing. But something about that book and the look in Frederick's eyes, it just stuck with me. Back at the precinct, I pulled Mallory's file. Only child, no priors, bachelor. The only interesting detail? A list of purchases from Miller & Sons. A stone amulet, 2 jars of grave dirt, and a brass bell inscribed with Hebrew letters. He wasn't just dabbling, he was deep. That night I couldn't sleep. The fog pressed against my window like a hand. I kept hearing footsteps in the hallway, but every time I looked, no one was there. I chalked it up to nerves until my radio crackled. Unit 14, possible disturbance at 61st Ashwick. Same building, different apartment. I was out the door in seconds. The second buddy was a woman, Mallory's upstairs neighbor. Same position, same expression, same untouched windows and locked doors. Another circle on the wall, but this time it was bigger. And in her hands, the same book, but this time open. Pages torn out. Symbols scrawled in ink and blood. I took a photo and brought it to a linguist at NYU. He wouldn't translate it. He said the symbols weren't just language, and they were instructions. A ritual to call something that should never be called, he muttered. So I went back to Frederick, and he was packing boxes. Leaving town? I'm closing the shop. That book shouldn't have surfaced. It was sealed in a monastery vault. The priest who wrote it vanished after claiming he could speak to the old choir. What the hell is the old choir? Not what, but who? He handed me a tin photograph, blurred faces in front of a crumbling church. At the center, a dark figure, cloaked and faceless. That photo was inside the book before Mallory bought it. He must have removed it. The next 2 weeks were chaos. 5 more deaths. All in or around Ashwick. All within the same building. Tenants fled. Landlords disappeared. The book went missing from evidence. Then I got a letter. Typewritten, no return address. They are awake now. You will hear them in the walls. The choir has found its voice. When the 7th sings, the city will bleed. I couldn't stop shaking. 7 victims. 1 more and... I went back to Ashwick, alone. The building was silent, doors ajar, the halls damp and cold. Apartment 3B was open. The book was there, on the floor, open. I didn't touch it, but I heard it. Low. A humming. No source, no direction. Like a voice echoing from every wall. Then more joined. Like a harmony of agony. And so I ran. The department shut the case. No leads. Building condemned. But I still hear them. Sometimes at night, when the fog rolls thick over the city, I hear the hum in the steam grates. The harmony the choir. And I know whatever Mallory summoned, it isn't finished. Not just yet. And the story you just heard was written by the AI completely. I'm just responsible for reading it aloud and recording it. If you'd like your story to be read out here, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'll gladly work with you. I'll gladly read your story. Yeah, hit me up either here or via email. Just let me know. I hope you had fun, and I hope you have a great time, and see you next time. Thank you so much. See you.